Hi Horizon, we're back with Art Rages, and this is the project we're doing today, which is called an Agamograph. You can tell that it's a springy poster board. In this case, it's a poster board. But what we've done is we've taken some images. Here's one image, which is the image of the sun that's been cut into 6 strips. And you can see there's another image on the other side that's also been cut into 6 strips, which is the image of the moon. So what this is it's taking 2 images, cutting them into strips, and then putting them alternatively on kind of a zigzag presentation. And then from the left side, when you pass, you see the sun, and from the right side, you see the moon. This is an Agamograph, and it was originally titled that from something that an Israeli sculptor created, and his name is Yaakov Agam. So they called it an Agamograph. That's how they titled his types of sculpture. He does 2 images, 3 images. There's lots of different things that he does, so you can research him. He was born in 1928. He's still alive today. And so that would put him at about 90 years old. This is just a really neat art and kinetic art that is actually kind of my favorite art. It's a little bit more present day. So anyway, you guys are going to be making these today. And this is one that's the sun and the moon, which is kind of contrasting images. You can be thinking about what images you're going to draw with your markers and crayons here shortly while I show you. The best images to do are contrasting images, but you could also do complementary images. Contrasting images are opposites. So for instance, let's pretend, I'm not going to draw because I want to keep the YouTube video down short, but let's pretend this is an IU logo and this is a Purdue logo. Okay, so that's just an easy thing that's contrasting. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw whatever you want to draw on the paper. And then let's pretend this is IU and this is Purdue. So I'm going to go ahead and draw IU here, and we'll pretend that's what that is. And then when I'm done with my drawing, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to measure out 1.5 inches all the way across. Okay. And I already have this one done. So you can see we're trying to do 6 strips that are 1.5 apart. Okay. So, and then if you want, you can number them so that you remember, but remember we flipped it over. So you actually want to number it if you do it 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so that you know that when you flip it back over, this one over here is your first one that you're going to put on your template. But anyway, basically you want to get 6 strips, and then you kind of want to make sure you keep them in order on your desk. And this is Purdue, let's say, and this is an example of kind of what I've done. You can see if you take the ruler, and I like to do it this way. I like to go just across the piece of paper. You can kind of see that on the camera. It's 9 inches across. So what I do is I go ahead and measure 1.5, and then I measure at the 3. So right, you just take 1.5 inch, and then you go 1 and another half, and it puts you at 3. So basically you can kind of see pretty quickly 1.5 gets you 4.5, and then 6, and then 6.5, and then 9. So basically they're all 1.5 inches apart, and you have 9 inches, so there's 6 equal strips. You want to do it once up top, and you want to do it once down below, just like I've done here. Why do we do that? And put these little marks up at the top and down below so that we can try to draw straight lines when we connect them. So then you go ahead and connect them like this, and we're trying to draw straight lines so that you can kind of see that. So once you have your 2 images drawn, then you can go ahead and measure them out in the back and go ahead and do strips. If you're not sure exactly what you're going to draw, then go ahead and do your strips on the back. Go ahead and measure that out first. We want to make sure that you guys are using really good use of your time, because this project may take a little longer because you want to cut them out and glue them down. So if you're not sure and you want to think about what you want to draw, then go ahead and get your ruler out and get your stripes drawn on the back, and then flip it over and start your drawing. You will receive these templates, and that's where you're going to lay your strips down. So like right over here would be your first strip from your first drawing, and this would be your first strip from your second drawing. Second strip from your first drawing, second strip from your second drawing. So hopefully you guys can figure this puzzle out since you're 5th graders, and it'll be fun. Here's another example I've done, which I think is cool. You guys are going to be reading about country versus city and kind of those 2 experiences. I've experienced both. I love both, and they're both very different. So this is a drawing that is the country, and there's a street there, so you can see, and it's in 6 strips. And then to kind of converse that, if you're walking on the other side, you'd see the city. This is a drawing of the city in 6 strips. So just a couple of examples of gamma graphs. Enjoy. I hope this will be fun for you guys. They're going to look really cool on display. So if you can get these done, we'll put them up in the ELA so that everybody can see each other's Agamograph and be inspired. Thanks. Have fun today.